Thema Beschleunigen, Klimakrise.
Talking about acceleration, the climate crisis is accelerating changes to the planet's climate. Friday for Future is a big issue. The younger generation have shown our generation what's possible. There are lots of fantastic climate initiatives, especially in Hamburg. We're talking about sustainability and about how to preserve our planet and make sure it remains livable. When we talk about the future of the port, how do you, as a father, view the Fridays for Future movement? What's your attitude? Well, as I said at the beginning of our talk, I think we in Hamburg have always been good at pursuing sustainability. I think the Port of Hamburg, as the heart of the free and Hanseatic city of Hamburg, has always profited from being close to the hearts of the people of the city. And that's why we built the first shore-based power facility in Altona. We were trailblazers in that regard. And the facility has become a blueprint for the whole of Europe. And we did that long before Fridays for Future or Greta Thunberg. We've been working with the issue for a long time, as is the case with many things. My colleagues know that if we commission new ships, we always try to use state-of-the-art technology. We do what is possible and try to take one step further than that. Like at the Landungsbrücken, or what we just talked about for container ships, cruise ships, creating shore-based power. We just talked about hydrogen, and we look at anything that is feasible, that can be operated safely, and we will continue to do so. The goal is for the Port of Hamburg to be climate neutral by 2040. That's not actually that far off. It feels like a long way, but it's actually quite close. How are you going to achieve that goal? We mentioned many measures, but what are the actual next steps, also looking at 2022? What's ahead of us, and how are we pursuing that? Well, as we just mentioned, we're working flat out setting up shore-based power. We've designed a system that favors ships with lower emissions. Ships that come to the port powered by LNG have to pay less. We began with what's known as the Tier 3 rule at a ship's berth. The next step will be no more emissions at berth, zero emissions at berth, and the next step after that, zero emissions in port. And we're trying not to impose technology, but just creating a level that our customers and stakeholders, our partners, can achieve, and are trying to intensify that, and remain open to all technologies for as long as possible. But if people aren't sure what the best technology is yet, then they can just dock their ships and, to put it simply, just turn off the engine. And I think these measures are very, very important. Stakeholders and partners, you just mentioned them, the whole thing will only work as an alliance, as we talked about before. How do you get them on board? How does it work? Do you have to talk to them personally and try to persuade them and motivate them? How do you actually implement that? Well, of course, we are in continuous talks. If you take shore-based power as an example, then we do it together with the container terminals, because we have to take into account how the terminals function. We have to look at technology. Who can deliver it? You always have to do that, see how it can be integrated in normal working methods. And then you always take a look globally to see whether others have moved things on already. If we find the best solutions there, should we integrate them into the Port of Hamburg? It can't work without talking, without agreement. But you also need partners. With shore-based power, we decided to work with Siemens and PowerCon, who have already proved that they understand this technology. And on the other hand, we have our own experts, of course, who close the link shipside, so to speak, with the relevant engineers. So it's only possible in dialogue and in partnership. Otherwise, we would never achieve our goals.
Sonst wird man die Ziele nie erreichen.